Why do black men limit their support of each other? This video is inspired by the brother Jason Black from the business channel, Black Authority. Take my little vitamin D. Why do we limit our support for each other? Salute to all you brothers out there, established and even unestablished, who are leading the youth and guiding the brothers who may need instruction, education, knowledge on how to establish themselves. This isn't necessarily all black men, but I'm speaking from my community because that's the only community I can really influence in terms of our condition in America. You see this with a lot of established artists, professionals, and I'm aware that there are certain charities and foundations and things of that nature that a lot of them are, not all, but that they put in place to help our people. But it isn't popularized. It isn't mainstream. It's like if they do support the community, it's usually all inclusive where all cultures, all races are included. These white people don't need a lot of help. They have so many networks and rules and social hierarchies that work to their advantage. And just among their elders, they take care of their young. Internships, and a lot of times it's not even through a structured format. They'll just bring a younger white dude on just because he reminds me of my son, good old Joe. But you don't really see a lot of that. I've seen it in my lifetime, but it doesn't seem like it's mainstream where black men just make it their sole focus to popularize taking care of each other. It's almost as if like when brothers get on, they get money, their sole focus is to make more money. I gotta get more. I gotta be the richest. And if we were to put our minds together and our resources together to help lift each other up, two chords are stronger than one chord. Two chords are stronger than one chord. And we live in a generation where if you've seen one, you've seen them all. So, especially in a black community where if there's an example or a situation or an experience where black people observe, you know, elders or people with resources put someone on and maybe they got bit in the ass. Like for example, with this Jay-Z and Kanye situation, that's the first thing that come to mind. I know there's plenty of examples, but that's kind of what comes to my mind. Oh well, look at Jay-Z. He tried to put Kanye on and look how Kanye did him. We live in that. This is the type of people that we're dealing with. All it takes is for human beings to see one situation or one circumstance where a brother tried to put someone on and it didn't work out long term for them. And they're like, see, you can't help niggas. You can't help niggas. And this is a pillar as to why our community as a whole, we don't need neos. We don't need the chosen one. A lot of you niggas, okay? And you know who I'm talking to. You want to be the chosen one. You want to be him. Fuck all of that. We need to go from him to we. Okay. First, it starts with you. I get that. I'm not saying you got to go out there and bleed yourself because you're not good for anybody if you're not good for yourself. So I get that. But it just seems like when a lot of brothers get on and get really successful and get massive success, there's certain limits and conditions that they put on or put around. It's like you got to go through hoops and loops just to get support and guidance. And I think it starts with our fathers. A lot of you have dads who couldn't really give you sound advice or sound wisdom, for example, on women. Okay. Maybe you went to them multiple times. Hey, what about this? What's this about? Maybe they gave you advice and you're just like, I don't know what to do with this. Maybe it just didn't resonate with your spirit or your soul. And at one point, maybe your fathers are like, hey, look, I can't help you. You guys are on your own. I believe there's black fathers like that where they tell their sons, like, look, I can't relate to your situation. The eras are so different. However, even if the eras are different and the realities are different between the fathers and the sons, you should still, as a man, be able to be present and show up and give them some sort of guidance, even if it's biblical, even if your little human mind can't generate any sound and structure. Go to scripture, go to authority and wisdom that's higher than yours. A lot of you guys, if it doesn't come from your noggin, it doesn't exist. And what that teaches younger black men, it creates this sort of barrier between the brothers where they're like, man, I couldn't even rely on my dad for sound wisdom and sound guidance. I had to bail him out. You know what I'm gonna do with these black dudes, and that's something we need to work on in the black community. It really is, because right now where we're at, everybody got to get it on their own. Everybody got to, when you got so much talent. And I'm not saying like everybody should be a rapper. I know that's a stereotype. All black dudes are rappers and, gangbangers and all of this. But just, you can be a musician. You can just be talented. Maybe you just got a way with words. Maybe you just have a gift. And not that you really want to be a rapper in these times, but but if you are, right? It's like the chances of you getting put on by another rapper or another person in the industry is slim to none, man. And if they do put you on, you gotta it's so many complexities. Women don't treat their women like that. Black women don't treat their female peers like that. You see so many women, black women, putting younger girls on. They got it's they're gonna get on some way or somehow. Why do you think all these female rappers are getting in? The men a lot of times will put in our community, in the black community, they'll put the women on before they put their own brothers on. And I'm not hating. It's just that just creates more further division, in my opinion. If it's good for them, it should be good for us. If it's good for them, it should be good for us. So yeah, black people, they got a really hard time lifting each other up, man. And I think a lot of it too is like a fear of competition. If I bring you up, then you might try to take my money or you might try to take my spot. That's why you got this moniker, when your idols become rivals. That shit is played out, man. You better believe these white men, these elders, these successful entrepreneurs. I've seen it. I've been in these spaces. They take in other younger white journeymen, other younger white, you know, men who aspire to some form of success or leadership. They bring them in. And I'm just like, why can't we do that in our community? Why don't we have that in our community? And now it's starting young where you're not it's like you don't and most young men don't want to seem like they're begging for shit. Right. No man wants to be like, hey man, come on, help me. Come on, can you guide me? That shouldn't even be the fucking case. All the money in this world will still be on this world when these billionaires and these millionaires leave. They're not taking that shit with them. Even if you had a billion or a trillion dollars, it stops here. All the money that was ever in this world is still here because you can't take it with you. And we're so regressed. We just want it all. We just want it all. And then what they do is when they get to the top and they get successful, they put all the other successful people on. It's like the richer get richer. If you're at the bottom and you're just trying to get started off, like if I had a YouTube channel, or if I own YouTube, and say for example, I was just like a successful YouTuber, millions and millions of followers, millions and millions of dollars. One of my primary focuses, because I don't need a whole lot of money to be happy, is looking for younger people who want to be successful in my community. Absolutely. Why not? When I was in the Marine Corps, when we were out there in Iraq in the middle of a fucking desert fighting for this damn country, you didn't see soldiers going out patrolling on their own. You had a group, you had a team, you had a squad. And you better believe that makes these terrorists and the enemy think twice because they can't. They got more than one motherfucker they got to deal with. Okay, you got one in the air, you got one on land, you got one on the guns, you got one sniping. You got it makes people think when the opposition has to think twice when they're going against a team. If you the only motherfucker that's going out, because you better believe black people are in a fight. We are in a war, and this. You got to get tired of talking about it. You got to do something about it. And you want to go out to the fight, even if you went out to the fight with what we're dealing with these white identity extremists in America, and you got $1 billion, $1 trillion, you're still not going to win that shit on your own. Ain't no amount of money a single black person can make that can win this war that black people are dealing with by themselves. You're not going to outmoney the system. It's just not happening. It's not happening. And this again isn't against the black people who are trying and are doing their best, but it's not popular. Like I feel like it's not enough frequency to where all black successful leaders are like, yeah, duh, absolutely. I'm gonna, go back out to my people and I'm mindful you got some people who don't want to be led, who don't want to be guided, and they want to do it on their own. Let them do it on their own. And I'm mindful that you got some people who potentially could, try to ruin and interrupt what you got going. That's why the more stronger we are together, we can level that shit out. If you're going into this support network with 10, 20 people, you have better eyes, you have better accountability than just doing it on your own. So that's a consequence. The reason why you're in fear and you don't want to help because you're afraid of getting bit in the ass is because of the situation, the system perpetuating itself. You don't have a squad. You don't have a squad. I like when Star said hip hop community should have had a board. It should have had board members. It should have been structured and systemized where we could have kept a lot of young MCs, young artists accountable. If not anything, to your family, to your mother. You do celebrate Mother's Day, you buy your mother's cars, you buying the most expensive food on the plate. Everybody's, want that Mother's Day clout, but then you go out into the booth and spit some of the most nastiest shit that comes out of the mouth of man. Black men need to support each other more. They need to take in more younger people who hungry, who want to do better. Because when they don't get those opportunities, eventually they give up. Because it's hard in America to do everything on your own. I'm independent as a motherfucker. Ain't nobody came to rescue me from shit. So I know how it feels to have to scramble and scrape from the bottom, and you're pulling all kind of options, you're doing everything you can do, and you get exhausted mentally from just trying so hard. And then it even produces a little bit of envy because you're like, damn, like they go up on stage and scream black people this, black people that, but when it comes to supporting each other, they don't even bat an eye at me being fucked up. No sort of. That's why I appreciated the military, was that even if you were at a lower rank, if you had a higher form of leadership that has some good sense, they're going to guide you and instruct you and teach you, because it even helps benefit the team. You doing the right thing. If you fucked up, you risk hurting our squad. I just wish black people had that mindset, man. And they do. Not all black people again are like this, but it's not popular. It's not popular. And this is inspired by Jason Blackman when he really hit some good points about how these millionaires, these billionaires, and when I think about it, growing up, I don't remember being taught or educated, even by the men in my life about mortgages, about credit, real estate, back when shit was affordable. No conversations around credit, no conversations around real estate, no conversations around stock, no conversations around investment, 401ks, no conversations about life insurance, nothing when shit was affordable. It's like you don't teach the younger people, the younger black people anything, and then you point the finger at them for them being self-destructive. It's just really sad, man. It's just really sad, man. So just my thoughts, man. Black leaders, men with resources, and it's not even about the money. Because, like I said, any money you make, you're gonna leave here, It's about principles. Take care of your brother. Be your brother's keeper. It's like, and this is like a foreign language to a lot of y'all. Right now, I'm speaking like hieroglyphics. That's why there's nobody in here because people don't want to hear sound wisdom. You guys want to tune into the BS, and that's your choice, man. We all have to answer to God. So don't let me be the judge. But for those who paying attention, man, we need to do better in the black community about taking care of each other and our brothers as men. We'll put women on all damn day. A lot of times the women don't got no respect for us. They ain't got no love for us, but those would be the first ones you'll put on. Give them success, give them deals, throw cash in their hand. But you won't do that for your brother. You won't do that for each other. That's why I come on here and do these videos to speak to the black experience, to speak to the black pain that a lot of these younger people are going through. They can't talk to you about it because you don't want to talk about it because you too focused on getting monetized. And I don't care about getting monetized. So I'm free. So I talk about these things. I speak my truth. I speak about what's going on in the black community. This is my way of giving back. I'm not rich. I'm not wealthy. I'm spiritually rich, but I don't have a whole lot of wealth. I don't have a whole lot of money, but the wealth is in my wisdom. So I try to give that to the community. I try to give back. I don't need to get shit back. This is my way of giving back. If I had wealth, if I had money, you better believe I'll be building programs, coaching, literally for coaching and mentorship. And again, it's not about the money. You got to make people mentally rich, spiritually rich, emotionally rich. So this way, the bond of our community and our culture gets stronger to repel and fight against anything. That's what I'm thinking. But black men, we got to do better, man. That's why hip hop music is really dead because you niggas ain't talking about nothing. All you doing is for self. And younger men, younger black men, they see through it. They're like, man, you what you eat don't make me shit. Ain't that what Jay say? They tired of feeding you niggas. You niggas been eating high off the hog for decades. Eventually I think rap just gonna be obsolete because it's nothing but a bunch of selfish niggas. That's all it is. Hip hop is just a bunch of selfish niggas. That's me, I, do, re, me. It's like niggas get tired of that shit. If you ain't rapping about a program you got set up to help train younger people and people that have that spirit, if you ain't rapping about organization, or are you showing up on Dexter or 7 Mile to recruit and nobody give a fuck about what you rapping about anymore. Nobody don't care anymore because y'all guys do all this rapping only for yourself to feed you. It's greed. It's greed. Niggas ain't talking about nothing, man. So that's my thoughts on it, man. Black men gotta do better, man. And black men gotta do better, man. This video probably won't get nothing, no traction, and that's all good. But I'ma say it. Black men, we gotta do better, man. We suck at taking care of each other. We suck. Praying that we get better at this, man, taking care of our brothers, man, because it's just we can't fight this system alone, man. We can't.